I got a question for you. So why is it that we rush to be married? Because everyone's talking about, hey, go get you a man, go get you a woman, chase the ring, but you ain't chased your own life. You know, here's the funny thing. You know, as I'm traveling around the world and I'm on TV from Tamron Hall to Fox and Friends to the Rachel Ray shows, one of the most common questions I have been asked is, Anthony, how did you build your success? And it's simple. I didn't focus on getting into a relationship. I maximized my single season. And that is why I created this course. We're gonna walk through 8 pillars on how to maximize your single season and really tap into that potential that's on the inside of you that you really haven't brought out. There's some assignments, there's some constructive thinking that you're gonna have to really put into place so that way you can start building your life. Because when we have ownership, we have freedom. When we have freedom, it creates different opportunities. When we have opportunities, there's so much you can do with your future family. But it starts right now. You own your mind. You own your thoughts. God has given you something, go do it.
Representation is so important, which is why I'm willing to come out here and like do this podcast, right? Which is why I like Earn Your Leisure Breakfast Club, because this is me. I am Black. African-American culture can be appropriated in so many different ways, between our music, the way we talk, the way we walk. But the one thing that is really hard for any culture to appropriate is our hair, because that is unique to who we are, right? You can wear braids, you can wear cornrows, but this is something that is unique to us. This hairstyle is unique to us. So if I am Black and I am successful and I'm wearing my hair this way, I am authentically being who I am. And I'm not trying to like bash anyone that puts perms or puts weaves or whatever. Like do you. As long as you're happy, do you. But when, you ever seen that photo of Barack Obama with the little kid touching his hair? Representation is so important.
So important.
So when you look at the comb and you wear your hair this way and you're on television or you're a basketball player, like a kid is saying that I don't have to conform. And the ones that have it the worst are the African-American women.
Black kids, let's be honest.
Well, Black women in general. Because Black women have it the worst, because at least Black men, they shave their head, it's acceptable. Right? For a Black woman, they shave their head to get called certain different names, right? So, and I didn't know this until I started doing these shows on the East Coast. And I started doing the Bronner Brothers in Atlanta. I started doing Barbercon in New York. And I started sitting down having these conversations with these females and their journey. And when they cut their hair, it's like there's a sense of freedom. Like they're removing like shackles, and they fall in love with who they are. And they're saying, this is me. You're gonna accept me. And this is how I'm choosing to wear my hair. I'm no longer going to conform to a standard of beauty that was never meant to me. And it's like, it's so powerful. So then when I go on my DMs and I see someone, a kid or a girl that writes me like a 2-page essay on like, yo, thank you so much for creating this comb. It's like, yo, I'm really like impacting lives. So despite, I can care less about the monetary end game. Like I'm happy that it's doing well, but like I can't put a price on a little kid or a woman or a man sending me a DM saying like, yo, like I relate to your struggle. Thank you so much for creating something that makes my life so much easier.
Man, and as you're talking, man, I don't have hair, you know, but I know a lot of people who do have hair. And I even know how sometimes, unfortunately, in the Black culture, they are judged by their hairstyle. They are not allowed. I mean, I have young kids and young ladies who are natural, who were suspended from school, who couldn't come back because of their natural hair. They said it wasn't appropriate for the culture of the school. And so it's like, man, I love what you're doing.
I feel like it's 2021 now, right?
Right.
And I feel like there's only like 5 or 6 states that passed. California was the first state to pass a anti-hair discrimination law.
Wow.
Against the whole entire state. I know New York, the city, was one of the first cities to do it.
Right.
But there's only a handful of states that actually passed that law, because there was a wrestler that couldn't compete. There was a couple of females that lost 6-figure paying jobs. And it's like, it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
And my family's multicultural. And like, I can understand kind of like the I guess the ignorance of why some cultures don't understand it. Because like if you don't have a lot of black people around you, I can understand why you think it's a statement hairstyle.
Absolutely.
Because your hair naturally grows down.
Absolutely.
So if you run this company, you're going to put that in your bylaws.
Yeah.
But unless you owe it to yourself, especially people of power, to go into other cultures and understand like, yo, this is not a statement hairstyle for us. This is a necessity. And if they don't do that research, then we just feel discriminated against. And then it creates this division.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, you have the right. It's a real show. So you can just tell me, I disagree with you, Anthony. But Black people are used to going into other cultures and learning from them. But white people are not used to coming into our culture.
I mean, it's the United States of America, right? So it's 59% Caucasian.
Yep.
It was discovered, by Caucasians. They never had that. They never needed to.
Yep.
So it's not a habit, right?
Right.
I'm not going to speak for all Caucasians because like my family's multicultural, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't like speaking in indefinite, right? So I just say there's certain people in power. I wouldn't go as far as saying all white people, but I would just say there's certain people in power that they owe it to their working staff to be a little bit more educated on the culture itself.
Yes.
Right? So just looking at a Black person's hair and them wearing it in braids and calling it a statement hairstyle, you may not think that there's nothing wrong with that, but from our perspective, it's a little bit ignorant.
Absolutely.
Because it's not without that, we have especially women that have a 2-hour routine. They got to put a scarf, they got to put conditioner, they got to sleep pretty. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have to do that just to go to work.
Thank God I'm not a woman. I don't want, thank God. I wouldn't want to go through all that, man.
It's a lot, man.
It really is. So you're now at a $2 million a year business. Are you still doing real estate?
Yeah, I do real estate and mortgages full-time as well.
Full-time as well.
Yeah.
So you do that and this.
Real estate. I do a bunch, man.
You do a bunch?
I just got, because of Earn Your Leisure, I just dabbled into the stock market for the first time last year and done very well in that as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, my message, like my Instagram, I have a tag on there that says I inspire to inspire before I expire.
Yeah.
Right. It's so easy to want.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so easy to want nice things, to have this lifestyle, to look at something and be like, yo, I want that.
Yeah.
Right. The hard part is the work ethic and the consistency.
Yeah.
Right. To wake up every single day, to fail and say, you know what, I'm still going to get up and try to progress every single day.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing that I want to represent is I want to represent an idea.
Okay.
That no matter what you want to happen in the universe, in your life, that it could come true with hard work and consistency.
Yeah.
And I am living proof of that because I have a lot of, I classify them as small accomplishments that I've done in my life because I never gave up or I never played like, oh, I'm not going to make it because, I'm quote unquote African American.
Yeah.
I've always had a positive mindset.
Yeah. 10 years from now, you're married, I'm pretty sure have a kid by then. Where are you then? Are you still working both things? Are you full-time twisted up? Like, where do you?
I would like just to have some type of venue where I speak and give wisdom. But like once I hit my goal, I think the greatest thing that you could ever do in this world is be a father, right? Especially in the Black culture, because a lot of us are absent, right? I want to pour wisdom into my child. I can put the best of everything that I love in this universe, right? Yeah. The things that I love about Will Smith, the things that I love about my wife, my mom, my dad, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, right? All the people that have influenced me in my life.
Right.
And I can pour that into a human being,
right?
Whether it's my child, my daughter, or my son. And then I can watch that human being become something. Like that is the greatest gift that you can ever do in this world.
Absolutely.
So when I hit my goal, that's all I want my life to be. I want to pour into my family.
Wow.
And I'm very fortunate enough that I found a partner that is on the same boat and that believes in the same principles. And I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I'm very grateful.
Have you always thought like that? Because as a 37-year-old guy myself, who's single, who is praying for my wife, right? That's my thing. I've said my ultimate goal is to not make millions. but it is to be the best husband and the best father, and the best just God-fearing man possibly.
Yep.
You know, because what is it for me? It's like, okay, yeah, I can sit here and make all this money. I can make 7 figures plus. I could die, but what will my son, what will my wife, and what will the kingdom say about me?
Correct.
Have you always thought like that? Like, or when did you start thinking the way you're thinking now?
Ever since I was young. It's
real.
It's just something that both my parents put into me.
Yeah.
And then also like just doing the work. Like, I mean, not to get too deep into my story, right? But like, I was not the best gentleman growing up, right? And that has nothing to do with my parents. It has to do with the environment and the crowd that I was working in, right? How I was maneuvering. So when, again, I believe in God, right? I know that deep down inside I've always wanted to be a family man, but I knew that my actions weren't reflecting what I wanted to be. So again, I honestly believe, right, that God won't put a test in front of you that you can't overcome. He knows who you are, right? So when I moved to San Diego, I was like 27, 28.
Okay.
And I literally made a pact. Like I had a conversation with myself, but I had a conversation with God and I said like, look, I'm not going to give you an ultimatum, but I'm going to really do the work. I'm going to read the books. I'm going to date with the intent of marry. I'm going to figure out what I want and date for that, not be so superficial, and really do the work. But if I can't find a wife by the age of 35, then I'm just going to be a bastard for the rest of my life and not answer it because I can't. I'm not a very patient man.
Right.
So you know this about me, but I'm giving you 7 years, which is 4 more than I really should. So I'm really trying. Right. So that was my path, and I did the work. Right. And man. it was really hard for me because when I said I did the work, I went back to everyone that I've ever hurt.
Ooh.
And I called.
Yeah.
And I apologized. I made amends.
Yeah.
Right. Took them out to dinner.
Yeah.
Apologized for all my sins and all my wrongful doings.
Yeah.
And try to track down the ones that I could remember.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I forgot a few.
Yeah.
You know, I found she just ended up in my lap.
Bro, you know what's so funny is I did that to 2 people. One of them received it very well. The other one thought I was trying to get back with her.
I mean, it is what it is. It's their message. The one thing that you can do, you can't control how people are going to perceive stuff, right?
Yeah.
But you can control your heart, your intention, your effort.
Yeah.
Right. No matter what happens, you can't control the outcome. You can't control whether you win. You can't control whether you lose. You can't control whether someone likes you. You can't control whether someone loves you, but you can't control the effort. You can control how much effort you put into something. And that goes with the relationship as well.
Yeah.
If a relationship goes south, I'm not a relationship guru, but if me and my fiance were to go separate ways, right, I would have no regrets because I put in the effort.
You put in effort.
I put in the effort. And if she chose to go south because she felt that there was someone, she owes it to herself. I don't own her. Like, it's a thing that Will Smith and Jada says. And I really love it. Like, they have a quote that it is, just because we are married or just because you're my girlfriend, it is not my job to tell you who you can and cannot date. You have the freedom to do whatever you want. You always have that freedom. It is my job to wake up every single morning and give you a reason not to step out because it keeps the effort there, right? And that's a Will Smith quote, right? So a lot of things when people get married or people get a boyfriend and a girlfriend, they say, you're mine now. So the flowers stop or, you know, the back massage stops or the cooking stops because they don't have to put in the effort. But if you wake up every single day knowing that your significant other can leave you, you're going to always give them a reason to stay. So that's why they say marriage takes work. You have to find someone that is willing to put in the effort every single day. And that's not just with the relationship, right? That's with the business.
Yes.
As an entrepreneur, you're going to have months where you make, like even in mortgages, when you just,
boom.
Like these last 2 years because of interest rates.
Yeah. You've been balling.
But there's going to be slow times.
Yes.
Right? So what am I going to do?
Right.
Am I not going to plan for the slow times?
Yeah.
But again, it's effort. Am I going to be wanting to go and knock on the doors and call the realtors and try to get more business? Or I'm just going to like be happy with my income being declining? Anything in life requires effort.
Man, Noel, you are a solid brother.
I appreciate it, man.
And this is why
it's a lot of reading.
You know, hey, bro, man, I think you man, Like I see why I have you on the show. It's like we think alike, and I haven't always thought this way.
Yeah, I actually went through a bunch of your clips, man, and yeah, you speak on emotional intelligence.
Yes,
right. You have a lot of thought provoking conversations,
dude.
And again, that's my mom.
Yeah.
Was the don't play, very very strict, kept me in line. I love her to death, man. I probably would have gone the wrong path if it wasn't for my mom. Like I feel like men, we need that.
Absolutely.
But my father was the thought provoking. My father would talk me to death, right? He would never lay hands on me. He would never yell, but he would have a deep conversation with me, like, "Why, son? Why would you lie? Why would you hurt? Why would you hurt us?
Yeah.
Why would you lie?"
Yeah.
And it got me at a very young age to always asking this question, why?
Yeah.
And what tends to happen when you ask why, you start to get answers.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm not an engineer.
Right.
I don't know how to create things from scratch. Right. I'm a math person. I love numbers.
Right.
But I know how to solve problems.
Yep.
Right. I can go on the internet and connect point A to point B. Right. I can effectively communicate to you why this comb is a necessity.
Yeah.
Why it's worth what it's worth. Right. I can do those things, and I owe that to my parents.
One of my mentors said, Anthony, what works well for you is you find a void, you fill it, and that will make you wealthy.
Yeah.
He was like, you find a void, you fill it as far as in focus on influence and impacting that void, and that void that you filled will make you wealthy.
And that's probably not even a sense when he said, I mean, I don't want to speak for your mentor, but I don't think he's really talking about monetary. I'm just thinking
absolutely not.
The gratitude
that
comes from being in the service of others, which is why I love mortgages so much, right? Because when you help someone qualify and buy a home, the appreciation that is received from that, you cannot put a price on that. Again, when a little kid or a Black individual shoots us a DM and they write an essay and they say, yo, thank you so much, you cannot put a price on that gratitude. And if you fall in love with like that portion instead of the money, the money would just always come.
Always come, man.
Yeah.
How much are your twisted up combs?
They're $24.95.
$24.95.
Yeah, but I strongly, since this is the first time I'm announcing this, used to be really special.
Okay. Hold on, this is special.
So depending on when we get everything in, January or for the launch of Black History Month of 2022, we have a V4 coming out.
Okay.
And the version 4 is an absolute game changer because it's a comb that stays with you for life, in the sense that this middle portion will be able to, well, actually, I'm not even going to say it because, I got to wait. But it's really, it's just stick around, follow the gram. But the best part is that we're going to be giving away like anywhere between $100 to $500 to people that buy it. Like it's just I want to recycle the Black dollar back into the community. And this is my way of saying thank you for supporting a Black-owned business. And this is my way of saying, like, let me give back to the community and saying, hey, you bought this comb, it's going to stay with you for life. And congratulations, you won. Here's $200-$300. I still got to work things out with legal, like how we can do this.
But you're going to be choosing like select people.
It's just going to be based off a hashtag. So we're going to go live. We're going to scroll through the hashtags with our eyes closed and just stop. And whatever it is, we're going to give away 5 to 6, maybe a month or so. Again, I got to work out the details, but my goal is that with the V4, it's going to be the best twist comb that has ever been created. Because it's going to be multi-purpose. It's going to be for small, medium, and long hair. And it's still going to be one comb. And the best thing is that I want to somehow give money back. Recycle the Black dollar to the African American community. And whatever way legal tells me that I can't do it is the way that I'm going to do it.
Well, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to give you $1,000 to go to work. I'm going to sow into a Black business. You're going to sow into other Black people.
Correct.
We got to circulate it out. That's 3 touches right there.
I'm a firm, like I don't even, if there is a Black-owned business that I support, like I don't even discount. Like I would never ask Because I know how hard it is.
Absolutely. As Black entrepreneurs.
Well, not just to own a business, right? There's a cost of acquisition that people don't even think of. Like,
right.
There's a cost to get my product in front of you.
Yeah.
Whether that is through social media.
Yeah.
Whether that is through tags, whether that is through sponsorships or ads.
Yeah.
That's all built into a product. And if you have a new launch, that's why the product is more expensive. And if you look at any business, the first stuff that comes out is super expensive. And then the later models start to shrink the price tag because they already got the customer.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, that it needs to be super expensive because they need to have the market to reinvest into the business so they can get back in front of you.
Man, that's it right there. So Anthony O'Neal and my tribe, we're giving him $1,000 to put back into the Black community. And so I really do support that.